Fresh out of Norquest College, Zara thought working in her first healthcare aide job was going to be a piece of cake. She told herself,
"No more late nights of studying, no more green uniforms."
Zara had completed her orientation at her new job at the long-term care facility called Pinstripe Manor. She passed her orientation quizzes with no problems. This was her first day shift on her own, being responsible for AM care for 6 residents. She came to work 10 minutes early and checked the client assignment sheet by the nursing station. She wrote down her client assignment on a piece of paper, and then checked the Cardex binder for more specific information about her clients. She also wrote down this information, such as medical history, what diets they're on, their transfer status, medications to be given by the healthcare aide, and if today was a bath day. Zara was always a good student because she liked to be prepared. Zara took a minute to review the Cardex for both of her clients in room 166. According to the Cardex, Mr. Bransky is on 2 liters of oxygen via nasal cannula, as per needed, and is on a level 1 thickened fluids and diabetic diet. 1 person transfer into wheelchair. Mr. Daniels is on room air, level 2 thickened fluids and pureed diet. 1 person transfer with a walker, and is supposed to have a catheter. After the report was done at 7:15 a.m., Zara, the HCA, walked toward room 166, Mr. Bransky and Mr. Daniels' room. She had never met Mr. Bransky nor Mr. Daniels. They both have separate beds in the same room. They were both her clients. As Zara walks into room 166, she sees 2 clients. The first on the left side of the room in a chair. The second client is on the right side of the room in a wheelchair. Client 1 was sitting in a chair by the bed, hunched over. He was gasping for breath and coughing. His face appeared pale. Zara looked around room 166 and saw a portable oxygen tank in the middle of the room, nasal cannula on the floor, in between both clients. She also sees a glass of water, almost empty, on the client's bedside table. She immediately puts the nasal cannula on the client 1, who is coughing. 2 minutes later, and after a coughing fit, client 1's face appeared pink and was breathing without trouble. Zara was a little shaken up. Client 1, coughing, says, "Well, aren't you going to give me a glass of water? I'm thirsty."
"Yes, of course, Mr. Bransky. I will grab you one."
Zara quickly ran out of room 166 and got him a glass of water. When she entered room 166, the second client, sitting on his wheelchair, was pointing to a container of pills on his bedside table, with 3 pills lying outside of the closed container. Client 2 calls out, "Dear, those are my pills. I am supposed to take them."
"Just a minute, Mr. Daniels. I need to give Mr. Bransky his water."
Zara hands the first client his water and runs over to the second client in the wheelchair. There is a catheter sitting on the floor in the middle of the room and not attached to him.
"Mr. Daniels, what happened to your catheter?"
Client 2 says, "Dear, why are you calling me Mr. Daniels? My name is Mr. Bransky, and what catheter are you talking about?" Client 1 calls out, "Throw that darn tube away. It was bothering me all throughout the night, so I pulled it out. I don't need that thing. Take it away, I tell you." Zara knew that she would have to go to tell the nurse about the catheter. This was not how she thought her morning was going to go. Before she walked out of the room, she heard client 1 coughing loudly. He was holding the glass of water in his hand and was leaning forward, but his nasal cannula was still on his face. Zara quickly walked out of the room and went to the nursing station. She approached the charge nurse.
"I really need your help. Mr. Daniels pulled out his catheter."
Zara hoped the rest of her day would go smoother.